Every night, you live an entire life. You fall in love, you run from things, you grieve people who do not exist, and then you open your eyes, and it is gone. Not faded, not blurry, gone, like it was never there at all. Most people assume this is a memory problem, that dreams are simply too fragile, too strange for the brain to hold. But in 1983, a neuroscientist named Francis Crick, yes, the same Francis Crick who co-discovered the structure of DNA, proposed something that upended that assumption entirely. He argued that forgetting dreams was not a failure of the brain, it was the point. Crick and his colleague Graham Mitchison published a theory in the journal Nature suggesting that REM sleep, the stage where most vivid dreaming occurs, functions as a kind of biological hard drive cleanup. The brain, they argued, uses this window to purge parasitic memories, connections that are redundant, obsessive, or simply useless. Dreaming, in this model, is not something you are meant to remember. It is the noise being thrown out. Here is what is actually happening in the chemistry. When you are awake, your brain is bathed in norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that acts like a highlighter, tagging experiences and flagging them for long-term storage. During REM sleep, norepinephrine production shuts off almost entirely. The highlighter runs dry, and without it, even the most vivid dream experiences slip through without being filed. That's it. Not weakness, not randomness, a deliberate chemical off switch. But here is where most people miss the point. This is not a clean, binary system. The brain is not simply choosing to forget everything. Research from Harvard's sleep lab, led by psychologist Deirdre Barrett in the late 1990s, showed that people who kept dream journals and woke immediately after REM cycles could recall up to 90% of their dream content within the first 60 seconds of consciousness. 90%. The memory was there. The window was just extraordinarily small. Think of it like a sandcastle. The dream is built in perfect detail while the tide is out. The moment waking begins, the tide comes back in. You have seconds to carry what you can to higher ground before it is erased. Most mornings, you check your phone first. Paul McCartney famously woke up one morning in 1964 with a full melody playing in his head. He immediately reached for a guitar, convinced he had heard it somewhere and was misremembering it. He spent weeks asking friends if they recognized it. They did not. The song was yesterday. He had dreamed it whole, and the only reason it survived was because he grabbed it in those first waking seconds before the chemical reset completed. Most of us do not grab it. We roll over, and the tide takes everything. What this means for your actual life is stranger and more useful than it first appears. The dreams you cannot remember are not lost experiences, they are edited ones. Your brain decided those particular connections did not need to be reinforced. The ones that survive, that cling to the edge of your waking mind, are the ones that broke through a system designed to erase them. Pay attention to what lingers, not because dreams predict the future or carry some mystical message. The neuroscience does not support that, but because anything powerful enough to survive your brain's active deletion process is worth at least a moment of your conscious attention. You are not forgetting your dreams. Your brain is filing them somewhere you were never supposed to look, and occasionally, something gets left in the doorway. If something in this video stuck with you, a thought, a memory, something that felt true before you could explain why, that is not an accident. That is exactly what this channel is for. We cover the science of human behavior, the hidden mechanics of the mind, and the things nobody explains clearly enough. Subscribe so you do not miss the next one. And if you want to go deeper on sleep, memory, or any of the ideas here, drop it in the comments. The best episodes come from people who are actually curious.